to the Waffle Flower channel. This is Nichol Spohr, and this is my series, It's in the Details, and today we're going to be talking about the Purse-nality stamp set and coordinating die, and I'm creating a rainbow of these beautiful purses with some of the gorgeous Waffle Flower die inks. Now, to start this, I'm going to stamp this polka dot layer for the purse on some smooth white cardstock, and I'm using a traditional clear acrylic block to start with, and I stamped it off on my background paper first, and I just didn't like that at all because it may need more than one stamping. So I again am using the Misty. You could use another type of stamp positioner tool if you have one, but I find that this really helps with being able to stamp the image one on top of another more than once. So for my red purse, since I am doing a rainbow, I started with the My Pleasure ink, that's the red ink, and then the pink polka dot layer is called Safe Choice. So that first handbag or purse there is going to be red and pink. Then I stamped the outline. Again, I stamped it more than once. Because I'm using a stamp positioner tool, it makes it so super easy to stamp that image more than once. I started by stamping the inside part of the purses first. So this next purse was stamped with Oh Happy Day ink. I again stamped it more than once, one right on top of another, then stamped the outline by simply lining it up, picking it up with the clear cover of the Misty, and then stamping it a couple of times. You could also stamp the outline first. So after I did a few of these, I realized that I thought it might be a little easier to stamp the outline and then stamp the actual pattern of the purse itself. The yellow floral design here, that color is called You Said What. I think the colors of these Waffle Flower inks are just so cute. Very, very fun names. Very unique. So for this one, I am going to stamp the outline first. Again, I stamped that one on top of another twice, so I got that nice bold black outline. The insert is going to be green, which this color is called Chirp Chirp. With one stamping, I just don't think it gives as good a coverage, so I like to stamp it more than once, and it really looks nice, especially as that dye ink dries and is absorbed into the paper. For the polka dots, I'm going to use New Fish in Pond. Again, stamping those polka dots about 3 times. I like the green and aqua there. I went back and stamped the insert first, and this is where I realized I really like stamping the outline of the purse first because I did not get this lined up very well. I didn't get it lined up very well for the orange handbag either, but it didn't bother me quite as much as this one did. So what I ended up doing was going ahead and stamping my outline again. And I didn't think my stamped line was very good. So I stamped it one more time. I'll add my outline for the blue handbag. This is the Daydreaming ink. The ink colors not only have gorgeous names, or fun names, I guess I want to say, but the colors are gorgeous. I think this is a really great way to show you maybe how a lot of the different ink colors look. So there it is, Daydreaming. And finally, I'm going to finish with a purple handbag. And this is Happy Go Lucky. I stamped it 3 times, and that's really going to make a huge difference for that floral design. I will take the coordinating handbag die and die cut each of these little handbags here. So I'm using a little Post-it tape to hold them in place, and I'm going to die cut each one of these. That way I can layer them on my card design. Next, I'm going to take a couple of greetings from Purse-nality, and I am going to first die cut some of the Sentiments dies from black cardstock. These were previously released. These aren't from the latest release, but they work so well with so many of the coordinating greetings from stamp sets. And I went ahead and left them together, all hooked together, because you can always use these little sentiment greeting strips. I'm only going to use a couple of them here. But what I'm going to do is take a powder tool, wipe that over my black cardstock greeting strips, and then using two of the phrases from the Purse-nality stamp set, I will stamp these on these black cardstock strips using Versamark ink, and then I'll use some white embossing powder to emboss the greetings. With such a rainbow and so many vibrant colors on this card, I want to keep my greetings fairly simple, I guess I want to say. So I love the look of bold white text on a black cardstock strip. I'll stamp both of these first, sprinkle on the powder, and then I'm going to hold them together and take my heat tool and melt all of this embossing powder. So there are both of my strips. Emboss both of these. Keep my fingers out of the way so I don't burn them. I love the way that white looks against the black. It really sets it off nicely. These strips are the perfect size. You don't have to try to cut them down. You can simply die cut them, and they work with so many greetings from different stamp sets. So there are two of my greetings. The greeting is going to read, "Your personality makes you beautiful." Before I get to putting all that together, I am going to adorn each of these purses with a jewel for the little clasp or the buckle there. It's in the details, and this is one of those detail pieces that I think really sets it apart, is dressing them up with some sort of gemstones, enamel dots. You could use glitter glue, sequins, all kinds of different things here. So I've trimmed off some of these. My background was created with a Lacy Layers die. This is the A2 sized die, so it's going to have that great decorative border all the way around. I've got my little stack of purses going in rainbow order along the right-hand side of the card. I will add my two stamped and embossed greeting strips that read, "Your personality makes you." I purposely adhered the purses first and my greeting strips so that I know where I want to stamp the word beautiful. I will be using the My Pleasure ink to stamp this right here below my two greetings. And then I am going to take the little trio of dots and the single dot from the Wild and Free stamp set. You could use any stamp set that you found. This one happened to be conveniently located, but something that has some little circle designs, and I'm going to create some little kind of what I'm going to call splatters or little ink droplet detail, but it's going to be very precise because you're not splattering it. You are stamping it with the same colors of ink that you used for the handbags. This is one of my favorite techniques to dress up a white background. With so much color going on with the handbags, it really didn't need a whole lot in the background, but a little bit of color here and there is going to break up that stark whiteness of the background and add little dots of color and just add interest to the whole design. So using all of those same ink colors that I used for the purses, I'm just simply adding little stamping details here and there. It's going to make that background super fun, dress it up, and really just tie the whole card together. Finish here with just a couple more little images. Go ahead and adhere this to a top fold card base. I'll place some adhesive here on the back of that panel, and my card is all finished. Thanks for joining me today for this Waffle Flower card showcasing the Purse-nality stamps and coordinating dies. For more product information, please visit waffleflower.com. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for more creative ideas. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week.